The Monsters Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode's show notes. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Monsters Playbook, an actual play Monster of the Week podcast where we work together to solve problems after working together to create those problems in the first place. This week on the cover story, we're looking into some of Theo's family secrets, and with a family like hers, there are a lot of them. But she's starting with the mystery that's haunted her the most the last few years. What happened to her sister Selena? The answer to that question might just change everything.
I'm John, and I play Mark Clayton.
I'm Lauren, and I play Kira and Anna Ashwood.
I'm Miah, and I play Theo Nessos.
I'm Johnny, I play literally everybody else. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Where do you want to start, Johnny?
That was going to be my question.
Well, I mean, Mark was poofing Theo and herself away. Lowry and Anna and Catrell were at Sky Zone.
Yeah. We were probably ending the night. We were ending the night, though. We were going to head back.
I'm guessing Kira is with Donovan or heading back with Donovan. I don't know.
Mark is back at his house with Theo.
Okay.
I was going to say, because I am a benevolent player, do you need Mark to roll? Is it Angel Wings?
It is Angel Wings. Thank you very much. So, Mark, roll to poof.
I rolled a 9.
Mark, well, the good news is you arrive at your home. Like, just kind of whomp right inside your entryway.
Theo,
you are standing on a pretty well-lit street corner in the night, and you look up, and opposite the lamppost, there's a big sign that says Lee's Liquor Lounge. You're in front of a bar.
Mark? Theo wipes her face. How far away am I from Mark's place, Yano's place, Kira's place?
Do you know where Lee's Liquor Lounge is?
I don't.
Then you don't know.
Aw, you want to let her roll for it?
I was waiting for that.
No, roll read a bad situation.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I think Theo's gonna pull out her phone and text Mark what happened. She's gonna look on her GPS app. Who would be closer, Mark or Kira or Yano? And whoever's closest, start walking in that direction.
Nobody's terribly close because Mark lives in a suburb.
In Medina.
The closest on foot would probably be Yano's.
Yeah, I guess she's just gonna call Yano.
Where are you at?
I'm in front of a liquor lounge.
Do I know where that is?
Probably not offhand.
But you should be able to teleport to me.
Yeah, you can go to any person you know is a thing that you can do that.
Yeah, so I think Mark is going to just go, ugh, all right, teleports right to her. Hey,
that didn't work.
you going to the liquor store without me?
Mark, would you roll act under pressure, please?
10.
Right after you appear, the door swings open and out walks a dude with a big puffy hoodie with a denim vest over it. Mohawk stumbling a little bit. He looks at you two and just kind of brushes past you and heads on his way.
Do I notice anything different?
You notice that he didn't notice you teleporting into the sidewalk.
Can we go back to your place?
Yeah, let's try this again. 13.
Yeah, you find yourself in your home.
What is Catrell doing?
Unclear. She's not around.
We had texted you that we got her.
Oh, gotcha.
We're probably on our way back.
Do you feel up to reaching out to Selena tonight?
Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean,
Theo starts pulling out all the different ingredients that Anna had given her. Where do you want me to set up? Do you want me to set up in the dining room, or do you have a basement? Or I don't want to ruin your coffee table. I know you just got that replaced recently.
ruin the cop. What? How much space do you need for this?
Well,
And what is it? What do?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, I'm not the ghost expert you are, but Anna gave me a couple of different things that are supposed to help.
Okay, and I think Mark just kind of looks through the things and stuff, and okay, I think I have enough space in the basement.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark goes to go down to the basement. I don't think we've detailed the basement.
We sure haven't.
I was gonna say it's pretty empty down there. I think there might be some like inset lighting down there and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, modern but empty.
Yeah, I imagine like that kind of new construction basement where it's like white walls, beige carpets.
Yep. And then there's like a spot with like tile or something like that. So I was like, here, you can do it on this tile over here.
Okay.
There's like folding chairs and card table down here.
Walking like down the stairs, like Theo texts Anna. We're going to be doing that ritual soon if you wanted to come by.
How close are they to like getting back to Mark's house to drop Ketrel off?
I think you're probably a few minutes out.
Anna might grab the phone then and just be like, okay, we're on our way. Be there in 5.
Anna, would you roll act under pressure for me?
Don't make me do it. Don't make me lose my phone. 10.
We're setting up in the basement. Theo's going to, I guess, arrange the 7 white candles in a circle.
One thing quick, as Anna puts her phone away, I want Lowry to go, talking in the air is already really inefficient, but then you go and write it down and have your little box write a letter to each other.
Well, we can't all use telepathy. We're not all Mark Clayton or,
Yes,
people
you
of this
can.
guy. No.
He keeps it open.
Well, not right now. It's not. Besides, this is Theo.
So isn't she like with him?
Sometimes it's kind of intrusive to just talk in somebody's mind. Did you ever think about that?
Roll manipulate someone.
8.
I think he'll just kind of murmur, well, maybe you should have fewer things to hide.
Fewer things to hide? What's that supposed to mean?
Theo,
Yes.
you were saying.
I think that she is shakily and unconfidently trying to arrange these candles and trying to figure out like how she's supposed to deal with this mugwort and this wormwood that Anna told her to use. Do you know what I'm supposed to do with these? This is outside of my area of expertise.
Mark sits down and goes, here, let me see it. I guess, do I know anything that would be able to help me in this situation?
I think you could kind of roll for it. Why don't you roll plus sharp?
10.
Anna's on her way, by the way.
Well, maybe she can help us when she gets here, as I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I think you know enough to kind of do everything like mise en place. You are pretty sure that some of this stuff is supposed to be brewed, but you're not gonna start any of that until the expert arrives.
Hey, I don't like that sarcasm.
I know.
I think this is right, but we should probably wait and make sure that it's right before we, go and spend all the materials here.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Do you have like a cauldron or like some sort of metal bowl? Like we might need that.
A cauldron?
He just grabs a straight up pot from the kitchen.
Yeah, it's black, kind of like cast iron.
Like what a
pans.
witch has? I have a pot upstairs. Do you use that?
Maybe. I don't.
Okay, just wait here. I'll go grab it. Mark stomps upstairs.
I think Theo's just pacing around like the room.
It pleases me. Mark, the biggest pot you have is a great big wok.
Okay. Will this work? And I think Mark holds it at the very top of the stairs and just shows the shape of it down the stairs.
Yeah, actually, I think that'd be actually really good.
Okay.
Do you have any matches? Or never mind, that was stupid.
What?
Nothing.
Mark proceeds to close his cabinets and stuff, and then he walks back downstairs with his giant wok.
Hey, Mark.
Wait, what's up?
When you were with my mom before I showed up, what did she say or do? Did she say anything?
She asked me some questions about me, but nothing that, I don't know, I was careful answering the questions.
Did she say anything unusual?
Well, everything about your family is a little unusual, but not that other families aren't like that, but I've never really met another girl's family. Never mind. She was fine.
Okay.
Why? What's up? What are you worried about?
I'm just thinking.
About what?
Mark, roll manipulate someone.
9.
Well, Theo, if you tell him, he'll mark experience. And you think he probably wants you to tell him.
I'm just worried.
About me? About you?
About everything? About me?
Hey, don't worry about anything until it's a problem, right? We can worry about a lot of things.
I guess that's true.
Doesn't make sense wasting energy if nothing's happened yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. So kind of on the same lines of what you're saying, except the opposite of what you're saying. What should I expect on like what is gonna like happen? Like, is it going to like actually like be here, or like is there a chance that like it won't, like it can't work, or it won't work, or like what should I expect?
Look,
Have you done this before?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't.
Okay.
But like,
Theo goes back to like pacing.
look, stop. It's fine. Like,
It's not. We're contacting the dead. We're not supposed to do that.
look, if whatever happens, and we'll deal with it. It'll be okay. We've dealt with lots of things in the past. We'll be fine. Even if it goes a little crazy, like we'll figure it out. We know that we want to do this though, right?
I don't think we have any other choice. I need answers.
Okay, so let's just take a leap.
I think I'm gonna get some air. I'm gonna wait for Anna.
That's a good idea. Let's go upstairs and you can feed Lariat.
I actually just need like some air, like just kind of a moment.
I think Mark is like gonna use soothe to just calm me down. Look, it's okay. It'll be okay.
Theo, you are still worried, but the physical aspect of anxiety has subsided a good deal.
Mark says here, and hands you this like little like frozen mouse that he feeds the bird. Give this to Lariat.
Okay. I'm guessing that Theo and Mark are maybe upstairs now, and Theo will very like scared and very like holding her hand as far away from herself because Theo doesn't like birds. Holds it out to Lariat. Do you like have like maybe a spoon that I could like put it on and like hand it to him?
Just you're never going to get over your fear of birds if you have a spoon. Like, just give it to him.
Were you not there at the bird store?
He is looking very suspiciously from the mouse to you. Squints.
Hey, Lariat.
It's fine. She's a friend.
She'll like kind of wiggle it in the air.
I am imagining, as you are doing this, that like Lariat is in his cage and his cage is closed. He cannot reach that mouse. Looking at you now, like, what are you doing?
Theo, he can't open the cage. You have to. What?
I don't wanna.
Well, you could either do this, or we can go back to worrying about the other thing.
Theo will reach out with her other hand and like try to open it, and then it fails the first time. And she's like,
I think Mark takes your hand and like slowly opens it. That wasn't that hard, was it?
Lariat will like flit forward and land on the opening of the door and just cock his head at you.
Imagine him doing that and at the first movement of the bird. Theo's just
Theo
like
just bolts with the mouse.
Go on, give it to him.
Theo will hold it out to Lariat.
You have something he wants.
It's important that I know, how are you holding it out? Like, how are you holding it in your hand?
I think like pinching it between two fingers, but like trying to be on the farthest end of it, like just completely extended. If Theo could use her force magic, she would.
I mean,
but
she can.
No, I don't think I'm gonna risk that. I don't
Just
want to
blow up my bird.
You are doing that. The owl is like leaning as far forward as he can, almost like falling over. Like,
can Theo throw it like a little toss?
roll act under pressure.
11.
You like give the mouse a little flick, and it does this teeny tiny little arc, and Lariat just like hooks it with his beak. I think you would interpret it, if you were looking at him, as like a squinting smile, and he just like flutters down to the bottom of his cage and goes to town on this thing.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it? All right. You've had a long day. Let's go eat ourselves. Not eat ourselves, but just eat.
I think I just want to wait for Anna.
Anna, you and Lowry and Catrell arrive.
Okay.
And I think Mark walks over to the fridge and grabs a pizza that he left over.
Is the door unlocked, or did you lock it when you guys got back?
They didn't open it.
That's right. You just teleported in. So it's probably locked. Anna like goes to the door and it's like, oh, just knocks on the door.
Mark with half a piece of pizza in his mouth goes, oh, I think she's here.
I'll get it.
Hello.
Theo will almost run to the door. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. We are here.
Great. Theo will like pull you inside.
Oh, okay. And Catrail and Lowry come inside with me.
Oh, who's this?
Anna like gestures up over to Lowry. This is Lowry, Mark's brother, in the flesh.
I think Mark just like shoots up at that, like, what?
Theo like pokes his shoulder.
I made him.
What do you mean you made him?
Well, actually, Ramsey did most of it.
Lowry?
He looks at you uncomfortably and it's like, he's not looking you in the eye. He's scratching the back of his head and going, hey, bud, take a look at me now.
Aw.
How similar do Mark and Lowry look?
I think Mark like is squinting at Lowry and just like walks over and pokes him a couple times.
He stays very still so as not to like seem threatening and just sort of gets poked
Mark, what the fuck are you doing?
How you're here
for a little while.
for how long?
64 hours, maybe?
Like Cinderella?
No, not like Cinderella.
That's midnight. It's a 3-day spell. We could do another version, at a different time, and it could last a lot longer. But for right now, it's just another 64 hours.
Yeah, it's just for right now.
Yeah.
So how similar did Mark and Lowry look?
Not very. Like
Almost
I
extreme
think
opposites.
kinda. I think in the cheeks and the nose is where you can really kind of notice the similarity. But other than that, it's like kind of opposites. Larry has very pale hair, I think slightly tanner skin, and is maybe half a head shorter. Mark's very tall.
Well, we got to figure out how to keep this going. This is great.
Oh, great.
I mean, it is great, isn't it?
No, yeah, totally. It's
So what? Like, what? Where?
shoots Anna a look. Yeah, it's great.
Where have you guys been? What have you been doing? How do you like here?
We went to the sky, but a sky that's right here.
I would love to hear about how your date went, but we kind of have a ritual in the midst.
Oh, right.
Downstairs.
Sorry. Let's go do that, and then let's go do that. Mark just kind of shakes off this like it's his brother.
I am imagining as Mark walks away, Anna turns to Lowry and goes like, 2 thumbs up. All right.
Yeah.
He seems psyched.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was pretty good. Like she might actually kind of just take Lowry by the arm and then lead him where they're set up downstairs.
And I think Mark is like talking as he's walking with his finger up in the air, like, and so we went and tried to like set up the stuff, and it like, and just kind of details everything that we set up prior to.
Here's the steps that we've done so far. Here's what you need to know.
Right. Okay.
And here is the circle, and that's as far as we've gotten.
I wasn't quite sure if we needed to burn the mugwort in the wormwood or how was the best way to cast it. I'm a little out of my depth.
The wormwood we do want to burn, but we want to make sure that it's in a well-ventilated area. The fumes can be kind of...
There should be a vent around here somewhere.
Or is there a window we could open?
Yeah, those like not quite egress windows in the like basement windows where they're at the garden level windows, I think they're actually called. You got a couple of those down here.
Yeah, let's just pop a couple of these windows here.
Anna will help prepare the ingredients the best way that she knows. And I think she'll look to Theo. Is there anything of Selena's that you have that you could use to communicate with her?
Use to communicate with her, or?
It would act as a kind of a binding for the spell. Something that would center the energy on her as opposed to just a general spirit.
Yeah, and Theo will start to take off her sweatshirt. Is it gonna damage this?
If we do it correctly, no.
Okay. Theo will hand over the sweatshirt to you.
With all the windows open down here, Theo, you are now freezing cold.
Are you cold?
I'm okay. It feels kind of nice, actually.
Mark clicks his fingers and there's 2 fire things right next to your face.
Oh, okay. Maybe a little bit too much. A little too close.
Oh, sorry. And then the balls of fire just slowly move apart.
I think Catrell comes bounding down the stairs, both feet at once, all the way down, and goes, "What are you guys doing down here?"
We're summoning a ghost.
On purpose? Mark says a ghost tried to kill you guys one time.
I mean, yes, but this one isn't trying to kill us.
Oh, he's going to kill somebody else.
We're just trying to communicate with it.
It's going to be the big, tall, fangy, slashy ghost or a little spooky baby ghost.
Could I, I'm kind of wondering, because I want to use one of my abjuration effects, but I also am would it be possible to have one ready to set off if it's needed?
I don't know that that's how they work. Which one are you talking about?
The one where you can take some time to purge any wards, evils, curses, or dark energies from a subject or area. I'm kind of wanting to like cleanse the space, but I don't like necessarily want to have it like...
I think that's not really how that one works. It's not like a purge spell that you have at the ready. You would be basically smudging the place, essentially. You'd be scrubbing any dark energy that there is out of there. If your concern is that you will summon some kind of dark energy and have to get rid of it quickly, Abjuration can't do that. Theo might have something that could.
I was going to offer and ask if like Theo could donate some of her blood or magicka to it. Like maybe since those things are particular to her family line, maybe that would help give a bonus to whatever Anna rolls.
I was going to suggest that Theo, like help out. For whatever the role would be.
I think that makes a ton of sense for that to be Theo's help out.
So I imagine that Anna has learned a little bit from Ramsey Lincoln about, spirits in general, but I also think she has her spell book open, like to a spell that she has kind of like dog-eared, which is infuriating to Lincoln Ramsey. And but she's definitely dog-eared it, and it's like a commune with dead type spell. And so that's what I think she's following.
Folding a page is tearing a page's younger sister.
But she has found some sort of like commune with dead spell in the spell book, and that is what she's been following, I think, the instructions to. And so she would use that to actually cast the spell.
Is that what the spell is called, by the way?
Well, if you have a clever idea, what would Lincoln Ramsey have in the book?
Would you roll Investigate a Mystery, please?
7.
I love that. Okay. All the language in here describing what you should do is sort of alarmingly casual. And I think some of it's even occasionally written kind of in dialect. I believe this came from a kind of a Cajun practitioner.
Okay.
And I think the title of the spell is Come On to the Seance.
Oh my god.
Okay.
They actually also do recommend making a nice meal for the person that you're summoning.
All right, well then that would have been communicated when Anna got here. She would have been like, by the way, do you have any food, Mark?
With a piece of pizza hanging out of his mouth.
Generally best to have some sort of like banquet type meal for whoever we're trying to communicate to. It's like an offering.
I think as you say that, Mark is like still gnawing on that, and he's just like holds up another piece. Here you go.
Does Selena like pizza?
Everybody likes pizza, says Catrell.
She was gluten-free.
Of course. Oh, so like a salad? I don't know. Did she have a favorite meal?
Yeah, Theo.
We could DoorDash it.
Also, it's not like, she's a ghost. It's not going to fuck with her digestive system anymore.
That's true.
There's one thing that our mom really frowned upon us having, but is kind of like a treat to us. A grilled cheese sandwich, but with like Havarti cheese and like tomatoes in it, and then like a cold glass of lemonade. Or there's a really good Greek restaurant nearby.
Would there be something grilled cheese like that we could get from a place nearby? What about the Greek restaurant?
I don't think this late.
Not for nothing, but grilled cheese is not going to be gluten-free.
There is a place down the road called Slammy Sammy's.
Oh, it's really good. I like the one that's a sandwich that's a pizza.
The calzone?
No, even better. It's like a whole sandwich that's like a sandwich, but there's pizza on it. Mark, tell him.
Yeah, no, it's great. Probably not great for you, but it's great.
It's like provolone and meatballs and pepperoni and mushrooms. It is really good.
What do you think she'd like? I think, like pulls up her menu on a phone.
If you do like a Euro pita, that should be fine.
All right, so we will get some of that food to order for the spell.
Are you going to pick it up or are you going to get it delivered?
We only have a motorcycle.
I have an attachment, and Mark gets those little tiny like little like cart thing that he puts on the back.
Plus 2 of us can fly and Mark can skywalk.
Sure, whatever.
I think Catrell will like whisper something into Lowry's ear and be like, that's dumb. This place makes no sense. What's the point of doing anything if you can't ever do it?
I think Anna just kind of shoots him a look. Mark, can you go get it?
Gladly. And I think Mark jumps on his bike. Vroom, vroom.
Mark, roll act under pressure.
10.
An impressive but still safe amount of time later, Mark returns. Was it just the gyro that you ordered? Or did you guys want sandwiches too?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Mark rolls up. I got the food, guys.
Great. Okay. So Anna will grab that. kind of place it in the center of this little circle that they have as like an offering. What else? Anything else we need to do or are we kind of all set for?
Do you think, should we have Kira here?
That's a good question. Do you want her here? This is for you.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Do you want Big Sis to meet Big Sis?
I don't know. Maybe it would be a good idea to have her here.
Let me give her a call, I guess.
Hey, Kira, you got a second?
Oh, never mind. Mark's on it.
Kira is riding on the back of Donovan's 1966 Triumph Bonneville T120 TT. And she's right in the middle of a conversation with him.
But why are they so big? Why do you have to have 4 of them? I don't get. They're disgusting.
Kira, you got a second?
Hi, Mark.
4 of what?
4 of Mark.
Shh. What's up?
Do you have a second?
I'm on the road. What's up?
We're about to talk to a spirit. Do you want to join us?
What? A spirit? What, are you doing a seance? What spirit?
Kinda, Selena?
Oh.
Before we started, we wanted to reach out to you.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute, or give me 10.
All right, we're at my place.
Okay, we'll be right there.
We?
Oh yeah, Donovan is with me.
Oh, hi, Donovan. All right, see ya.
All right, bye. Hey, Donovan?
Yes, back on track with the questions.
Can you make a beeline to Mark's house?
Mark Clayton.
Yes. One of my closest friends. We've been over this.
What's he done now?
Nothing. They want to contact a ghost, it sounds like, and they want me there to do it. So I'm going to help my friends, specifically Theo's sister.
They want Theo's sister's ghost to kill someone?
No.
Cut to. I just got so immediately charmed by the idea that Catrell and Donovan would make exactly the same assumption. And then, yeah, Mark notices it first, but you can hear like a loud, smooth purr of the roar of this Triumph motorcycle roll in.
I think while we wait, Theo's going to ask Anna, like, so, like, what should I expect? Like, what, do you know what's going to happen? Like, what, it's going to be actually, like, her? Like, what?
Well, I mean, I guess that sort of depends. I mean, when a spirit passes on, and I think she actually kind of looks to Lowry. I mean, the whole idea about, like, ghosts is that they're kind of left behind. They haven't passed on, is from what I'm understanding. So in theory, it's her if a ghost of her remains. Otherwise, it's just, I guess, like her connecting with whatever essence is beyond the veil. Lowry, help me out.
So is there a chance that we won't be able to connect with her? Like, I mean, in a good sense, that maybe she went somewhere better or out of reach?
Well, I think Lowry kind of steps forward and points at the candles. I mean, my understanding, he kind of holds up his hands as though to say, I don't want to step on any toes here, magic user girlfriend.
Oh.
But a ghost is a spirit that can't leave, right? But once that spirit leaves and passes through there and it goes to the other side, it doesn't stop being a spirit, you know? It enters a sort of realm of mystery, and anything that you wouldn't be able to get any information from it about that place. But if she's gone someplace, this would be a window to her.
All right.
Sounds like Kira's Donovan might be pulling up.
There is an imperious knock at the door. It has haughty attitude.
Even your knock is haughty.
My knock is proper and respectful.
It's laborious.
It is proud, as am I.
Yeah. I need to lighten up. I think she like nudges him on the side.
And I do imagine Mark performatively properly opens the door.
Hello.
Somebody's doing a seance?
Yes, come right in.
Oh my god, please drop that accent, whatever that is.
See, Kira, when you show manners, you receive them in kind.
He's being facetious.
What?
Yeah, Kira, like, I think links her arm through Donovan's and walks downstairs.
I presume the basement. It is a seance, after all.
When Kira gets downstairs, I think she'll look around the room and she'll see Anna and Catrell and Theo, Lowry, who she's like, who the fuck is that?
I think seeing that look, he'll raise a hand and go, Lowry, and point a finger at his face.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I see it.
Short spell, long story, you know.
Kira will go over to Theo. Hey.
Hey.
So we're going to do this, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Kira, noting that tone of anxiousness, kind of looks around, looks at Anna and Mark and everybody, and then she'll just kind of put a hand on Theo's like shoulder and be like, "We've got this."
Theo, you can see Donovan looking over the circle, looking at the ingredients, looking at the window, and then looking at you with eyebrows arched, like he knows what this means. He knows you're not supposed to do this. And he's sort of like,
I'll be right back. And Theo's gonna go to the bathroom. And she's gonna throw up.
Roll act under pressure.
No!
Yeah, I'm like, do we notice this?
9.
You can either feel better, but somebody may have heard you, or hold it back a little, do it quietly, but not feel any better.
I'm not feeling any better.
That sounds like you.
Theo will splash water on her face. I think she's gonna look at herself in the mirror. You need to do this. You need answers. Okay. And not like hit the countertop, but like, like pat it and then go back out.
All right. Anna kind of claps her hands together. Are we ready to proceed? She looks to Theo to like kind of gauge her.
Theo will give one nod.
Well, I, for one, can't wait to meet her.
Point of information. So I'm clear on everyone who's down there. Theo, Anna, Kira, Mark, Lowry, Catrell, and Donovan.
I think they all went down, yeah.
I'm extremely pleased because that means each of you will stand behind a single candle.
Oh, there's 7 of us. Wow, that worked out perfectly. No, this is a good coincidence. 7 of us. Why don't we each kind of just sit around one of these candles, and then she'll just kind of like push the plate of the food in place. Maybe dress it up so that it looks like Instagram nice.
Johnny, question.
Mm-hmm.
So Theo is like sitting here fidgeting with the seam of her jeans, and she's like just like staring into the candle that's in front of her, glancing up at each of her friends. I'm curious, what is the look in Donovan's face? Like, I think that Theo is most anxious and uncomfortable with him being here.
Roll read a bad situation.
13, advanced move.
He is looking at you like you are at a job interview or at a admissions interview at a very prestigious college. He is watching you to see what you will do. You don't read any, I guess, malice or like, he's definitely staring at you, but he's looking at you like with a detached curiosity. The thing that I want to make clear to you, because that's an advanced move and I'm nice, is that the doing of this is not the kind of thing that he at least sees as an abuse of magic in the way that he had described it to you. You know what I mean? Like where he said he was keeping an eye on you, and if you step outside the lines.
Yeah, this doesn't fall under that.
Yeah, he's not like pissed at you for trying this. He's curious of what you're doing and why.
Because he knows that it's against the rules.
Verboten.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a picture of Selena? Like maybe on your phone or something?
I think Theo's gonna blink a little startled and confused and just like, yeah. And like pull out her phone, scrolls for a little bit.
For quite a while.
I think Theo pulls out a photo on her phone that was taken without her sister knowing. It's her sitting in a their grand family library, and she is leaned over a book reading. Her hair is like kind of half up, but that part that's down is very messy. There are just cups around her, and there's a plate with half-eaten food. But the photo in there, I want to say like she looks like Theo, but with orange blonde hair. She looks like if Theo like dressed professionally and mature. Like she just has like kind of, I don't want to say motherly, but just like big.
A little more sophisticated.
Yeah, a little bit more sophisticated and like together and serious.
Like her shoes probably match.
It's a style choice.
That's what I'm saying. She didn't make that choice.
But like, I think in this candid photo, you don't see that like serious adult. Like it is the type of person who they had to grow up very quickly. And Theo will hand this over to you.
Anna will kind of look and kind of study the photo for a moment, and then I think she'll direct everyone to do the same. Take in the image and hold that person's image in your mind. That'll help the spell. Let's do this.
I want Theo to roll help out, and I want Anna to roll use magic.
7.
Well, I rolled an 11, so that brings mine to an advanced move, 12.
I don't know if this helps your story, Jonny. She can't focus on the one photo. She's focusing on all the memories of Selena.
Mm-hmm.
And she's having a hard time focusing on one. She's just thinking of them all.
I think that's fair. I think that makes sense. Here's the way that I want the rest of this ritual to go. Each of you will have been given a match, except for Mark, and you will individually light the candle in front of you. And then Anna, you will take, I honestly think, your candle and use it to light the dried herbs in the wok. And then you will speak the words, some in Latin, some in French.
I think you guys can probably see that Anna is like kind of muttering these words under her breath. Like she really wants to get this right because it's for Theo, and she's gonna kind of repeat them over and over. Okay, let's do this. Qui ultra lucem, allez-y ad bon pour toi. Redire ad mundum derelictos. Vene visite Villiers.
There's like a low whistling from the open windows. As the volume and pace of your chanting grows and grows, the smoke from the herbs actually swirls all the way around all 7 candles and forms a kind of cylinder of this smoke. You hear a very distant voice. You can't tell what they're saying, but they seem to be sort of perking up in surprise. And then from a different direction, you hear another one. And then you hear another one, this one more excited than the other 2. And then suddenly, you hear dozens of voices. And they all start getting louder.
Anna?
Can I use Spirit Touched to figure out what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a 10, so I sense them fully.
Okay. These are lost souls.
And we just gave them something to look at.
An escape hatch from wherever they are. What else do you want to know?
Can I sense, like, which of these spirits is Selena, if any?
No. So what I want to tell you about these lost souls, the energy that you get off of them, it's almost like ghost leprosy. You can tell that on their sort of spirit bodies, certain, normally randomized sectors of themselves is like curdling into dead life. And they are headed for you.
Can I try to sense, or I think Anna might try to call out and be like, Selena Nessos. And I think she might try to could she bar the magical effect to bar
A place?
everyone, a place from these spirits except for Selena.
What I'm already prepared to do because of your advanced move is that for the foreseeable, the only place that anything can manifest in this space is within that ring. As long as that smoke is spinning around it, and as long as you've got it chalked off, anything that manifests in this room can only go there.
Well, then I think she would try to call forth Selena's spirit specifically and try to make a more direct connection with Selena. Direct her to maybe appear in that circle or something like that.
Okay? The rattling and the rumbling of these approaching whatevers gets louder and louder to the point where your calling out is barely audible over the ruckus, basically manifesting themselves just below the ceiling and falling the entire length of this room. There are 8 figures.
Anna?
All of them spectral, many of them with this angry rot on them.
If Theo steps away from the candle, does that ruin the spell?
No, don't break the circle.
Okay, Theo definitely kind of stumbles backwards and tries to kind of get as far away from the circle as possible.
I think as you do that, one of them stands up from the pile of these things, catches your eye. The rot that this one has, you can tell, is up and across his back and all the way down one of his legs. And he runs straight towards you with a more human grace than you expected, and he comes to smash into the circle like it's a glass wall, and he looks up at it and he looks at you, Theo, You've got to get me out of here.
Selena Nessos! Anna starts shouting. Your sister wants to speak with you.
One of the bulkier ones of these guys grabs the one that was talking to Theo by the shoulder, throws him down, and starts just punching the side of this smoke.
Is there like a spell or something that Anna would know that could move these spirits out of here?
You banish a spirit.
Roll use magic.
10.
That will get rid of 5 of them.
Is the one that spoke to Theo still there?
Yeah, he sort of got tossed onto the ground. The one who was rearing back to throw a punch just like blip, like was deleted from the scene. There's one that's just sitting in the center staring at its feet. There's the one that talked to you. And then there's another one that's wandering around and looking as though it doesn't seem to recognize that it's been moved from where it was at all.
Theo's gonna try and stand up and hesitantly approach back to the circle. What do you mean?
It is worse than unfair. We were killed but not allowed to die. All from different places, times, but all we wound up there. Not there.
I think Theo just looks to Anna and is just like, why did these come? I thought...
I'm guessing that somebody wasn't focusing completely on Selena. Look,
Theo just looks to like everybody, doesn't say anything, but just like looks or whatever.
this is fine. We knew that this was going to potentially be a thing. It contact spirits. This is the reason why we have an anchor.
This guy who's talking to you will sort of look around, basically take in what's happening, and then look up back at you, Theo, and then his eyes will go wide in fear, and he will fall backwards and drag himself across the floor.
Oh Dieu!
No, we're not.
Diable de feu!
Unless you are Selena Nessos, you can leave.
There are no Nessos here.
Where then?
They are alive or they are ground up.
What do you mean ground up?
Worse than even me. I saw it. I was sentenced to a version of their death.
What did you see? Tell me, what did you see?
Roll manipulate someone.
Can Anna help?
How?
Well, she's sustaining the spell. I think she would kind of just be like, tell her maybe we can do something to end your suffering.
Okay, we'll help out.
11.
That makes mine a 12.
Is that advanced for you?
Yeah. Tell me.
You should know what I saw. Your horrible ritual. I saw the reason why there are no Magio. I saw what you do to your own.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a part of that. I'm looking for my sister.
Et encore un enfant.
What?
You are still a child. I think he'll take a step towards you. The one who's pacing will walk kind of in front of him, oblivious, and he'll let him kind of go. And he'll walk towards you, Theo, and sort of sit down cross-legged.
You are which? You are Nessos?
Yes.
I served under Grand-Mère Asteri for many years. Driver, butler, servant of many stripes, until I found their secret. Do you know why it is you are not to contact the dead?
It's a rule.
Because they are not there.
Where are they then? What happened to them?
He'll look up, look around, and kind of breathe in.
You've used some of them this very night, in this very ritual.
What?
They become the source of their own power. They feed upon themselves like a spider.
Magica?
He'll hold up, I said his leg, he'll hold up his leg that has that rot of dead life on it.
If that is what you wish to call it. For them, they believe their souls are so powerful, too powerful, to be allowed to be lost. So they grind them up and spend them like coins.
That can't be true.
And yet here we are.
Can Mark try to connect with this individual?
You mean Selena?
How? Just reach out through this sort of...
Tune in?
Yeah, using TuneIn.
Oh, I love that. Yes, roll tune in.
12.
Okay, ask your questions.
Where is she right now?
You have no idea because you cannot contact her. What's your next question?
What was the last trace of her? Or where?
You have no idea because you cannot contact her.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, thank you.
I think Anna kind of is just like, it makes sense. The dead life, we knew that they connected somehow.
I know that they're not...
The spirit sitting in the center has started rocking back and forth. It's picking up some degree of speed.
Can you make it go away, Anna? I'm done.
Yeah, Anna will end the spell and try to cleanse the space.
I'm going to have you roll use magic.
Well, that is a 13 advanced move.
As this is happening, is there a way to, because these souls are stuck, correct?
In the circle, yes.
But I mean, like, they are trapped in this.
Yeah, it seems like wherever they are, their souls are kind of being like, they're being converted into like dead life or something.
Yeah, they're like stuck here.
There's no way to like have them put them somewhere else.
Well, no, I'm just wondering, like, is there a way that we can like obliterate these people so they don't have to deal with this
Suffer
or something?
anymore?
Yeah.
Could Anna maybe use one of her abjuration effects to help with that?
Does she have an abjuration effect to help a ghost cross over?
Well, I have an abjuration. Fuck you. I have an abjuration effect that can remove evil and like dark curses. So if you would think that might apply, purge any wards, evil's curses, or dark energies from a subject or area.
So what I would allow that to mean is that you could purge the dead life on them. That may mean sort of spectral amputation at the end of the day. The trouble is that once you end this ritual, whatever place they were in, they're going back. And the thing that I want you to sort of imply here is that when they went where they went, they were there for so long, this blight, this rot, just gradually, naturally grew, with the implication that if you heal them here, they will go back there and it will just grow all over again.
It's just kind of like radioactive decay type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there any way to help them really?
If you had some way to help them properly cross over into some sort of afterlife or even into there, and they could make their way from there.
Mark has cast out evil, which I think is like a type of banishment thing. Could we try to banish, like, could they work together to maybe banish them specifically to there?
Mark also helped cross over the baby ghost.
Yeah. Like, would that be a thing like I could help Mark do?
That was given to Ro, though.
Yeah, but like
So
to
basically the thing I'm also trying to imply here is that the like natural progression from here to there to an afterlife was interrupted for these people somehow. So yes, getting them to there might be on the path. I do think sending them there with this rot would be a bad idea. So if you want to do all the nice things for them, you could heal them of this and send them to the sky.
How can we heal them of this?
You could do the thing that you said you were going to try to do. You could, your abjuration effect to do that would work.
Clear. Okay. So then Anna will spend some time to do that, to try to cleanse this circle of the spirits that are here. And then I think she'd say to Mark,
I was going to say, like, as you guys are closing, I'd be like, wait, we can help these people.
Yeah. I'm going to try to cleanse them first. And then maybe you can send them on their way.
Everyone hold still.
Anna will use one of her abjuration effects to cleanse dark energies from this circle.
So as you mentioned, as abjuration always works, you will have to take some time. For whatever reason, I always imagine your abjuration glyphs as being a kind of crimson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like literal scarlet letters that you'd like are scribbled and ornate.
Okay.
And look like kind of knots. So I think on each edge of this, you are sort of drawing these little embellishments. And as you are in the middle of doing that, the guy who's rocking back and forth in the center, not quite stand up, he'll sort of bring himself to all fours and lunge on this guy who's been talking to you and start biting his leg.
This is just another spirit?
Yep. He's biting the rotten leg. And it's just like, and just starts like gnawing into it. The guy's like trying to fight him off, but he's burrowed in there.
Can Theo help?
How?
Oh, I kind of imagine Theo would just like throw up her hand and I feel like use entropy magic. Maybe it dissolves the one that attacks the other one.
What do you mean dissolves?
Well, I have entropy, so I can make something stop being what they are.
You also have your eye.
You do also have your eye.
Guys, stop trying to put words and thoughts into her mind. She just said what she wanted to do.
Sorry.
Hey, she's got temptation.
Can I use the entropy magic, or will that not work?
I'm not in a position to tell you whether it will work. Roll it. If that's what you want to do,
Yeah,
do it.
I think Theo like throws up her hand and just screams, "Stop!" I rolled a 12.
So yeah, you like fire this sort of bolt of energy, which like burrows a little hole into this sort of wall of smoke and attaches itself to this guy biting this other guy, the current of it that will run through the both of them, and the part of each of them that isn't dead life will begin to flicker a bit more in the guy biting the leg, but the part of them that is dead life will glow brighter and spread.
Come on, let's speed up magic. How much longer does it have?
I think 4 more sides.
4 more sides of like the circle or what?
Yeah, you're like on the different lines between the candles. You got 4 more of them left. I think the one who had been pacing is now looking very interestedly at the little hole in the smoke.
Oh no.
Like hold up a hand, sort of push it through.
Kira's gonna swing her axe and like try to bash it back.
Shit.
Does Kira's axe affect ghosts?
I mean, it is magical. It has the magic tag.
All right, roll kick some ass.
10.
Okay.
I kind of picture like with like the
stake
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like shove that through, and it will seem to sort of pass through his ghostly hand, but it will sizzle, and he'll draw his hand away and just kind of look at you like, why did you do that? It's like,
Oh my
this
god.
really pathetic look on his face that is slashed top to bottom in this glowing rot.
Is it just this one that's doing this at the moment that was like trying to break through?
There's one that's standing up, there's one that's getting his leg bit, and there's one that's doing the leg biting.
Okay. And the one that was trying to like poke into the thing, is it trying to go back to do that again or what?
Right now, he's just staring at you pathetically.
Kira might try to get the attention of the one that's biting the dude's leg. Be like, hey!
Roll manipulate someone.
Yeah, I want her to use Dark Negotiator.
Yeah, roll that.
9.
Okay, he won't stop biting this guy's leg. He will look up at you and sort of drag the calf up with him. And you can see this like thick, cracked veins through his face and neck. It's spreading from his mouth, even more of this ghost rot.
I think she says instead, she's like, that's not what you want to eat. And she's going to just like gesture to the fucking plate of sandwich on the ground and be like, that's what you want to eat. He's like, her Dark Negotiator.
Eat the sandwich.
We made it for you.
And you rolled a 9? I think he'll like still not letting go of the guy, drag him over to the sandwich, pick it up, rub it on the leg,
my God.
and look at you and be like no expression in his face, just like and just
I said stop.
fairness. No, you didn't.
Well, I'm saying stop now.
What do you want to do now?
I think I said you don't want that. That's not what you should be
I know.
eating. You
I'm
should
being
be
a
eating
smart
this.
ass. But that's what you get for a 9. He'll do it, but he's just going to keep.
No, he's going to keep doing it.
Yep. And while you are doing that, Kira, the one holding his hand is going to sort of just look through the hole in the smoke wall.
Oh man. Can Theo make eye contact with the one that's biting the one's leg? Is she just going to be like, hey, she said stop. And then Theo's going to use her eye.
Use her eye to do what?
Use the eye of Endragoras.
Okay. Roll that.
9.
Can you remind me and the listener what that means?
7 to 9 dispelled.
So I think in this case, what that means is that all of the parts of this guy biting this guy by the leg, all of the parts of him that are this dead life rot, freeze, and he can't move them. You can't really, because if you'll recall, the initial use of the Eye of Endragoras was when someone casts magic at you, you use it to absorb them. But then you got all vory. So what you have done functionally is incapacitated all of the rotten pieces of that ghost. Unfortunately, you have frozen his rotten teeth embedded in the leg of the Frenchman.
How is Anna's spell doing?
Almost done. Mark, what are you doing?
Mark is prepping the spell to basically open there.
Okay.
I'm wondering if we should open the door, but give an opportunity to how many of them are there that are being kind of out of line?
Just the one? Or 2 again?
They're just the 2.
Well, one is being a bad boy indeed. One, so far as you can tell, is just kind of curious.
So yeah, I think Mark is just getting that spell ready right now.
Okay, so then Anna finishes up the last line and calls out, "Done!" Once you connect that last one, all the chalk that you had put in initially to create the circle in the first place will light up, which will then, in sort of complementary colors, light up all the stuff, all the glyphs that you've been drawing at this point. It will appear painful. What it looks like is that the whole thing was suddenly filled up with, like, solvent. And so you know when you drop something into, like, an acid and it starts to dissolve and sort of float up and dissolve into whatever solution it's in? That's what's happening with this glowing ghost rot. And judging by at least the Frenchman's reaction, it's searingly painful.
Yeah, Anna's like, oh, sorry.
And the one who had been eating his leg is looking at his arms, which are now disappearing, and honestly seems more mad than anything else. And then much of his face kind of goes away. And the other one only has a couple of things that are really glowing, though I think one of them is his entire knee, which will mean that his, like, below the knee, his right leg also will just crack and disappear. That one, the one who was standing up, will, like, be frantically trying to get to that hole in the smoke, hooking his fingers in it and trying to yank it open.
Kira's gonna fucking bash at it again with her stake and be like, nope, nope, no.
Go kick some ass.
12 advanced move.
All right, guys, I got the spell ready. You guys want me to open it?
I think basically what you did was like, nope, 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 and like smash it a couple of times so it fell back and appears to be whatever the ghostly version of unconscious is.
Okay.
And I think actually the one that had the Frenchman by the leg is now almost completely dissolved. There's no longer enough of it that is just a spirit for it to even maintain its form. And it seems to just seep back up into whatever hole between the realms it fell in through.
It's gone, and then the other two remain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think now, Mark.
All right, here goes nothing. And I think Mark puts his hands up behind the wall of smoke or whatever, and then just opens this doorway.
Yep. And Anna would have dropped her circle spell at right at the same time.
The butler ghost is still just on the ground, like, just breathing very hard. Still sort of trying to come back to his senses. But the other one, never having had much sense to begin with, just looks at the burst of light from this gate that Mark has opened. And as you look through, you can all see it's this small but incredibly verdant floating island among the clouds. And this thing just kind of walks up to it, looks at it, looks back at you, and then, like, with a stump hand and hopping on one foot, go through. And as he passes the threshold between here and there, the part of him that is ghostly appears to become material, and then he appears to be given sort of ethereal prosthetics on the other side.
Oh, wow.
And he looks back at you one more time, and then he runs off the side of the island and leaps and flies off into the clouds.
I think Anna looks down at the Frenchman on the ground. Well, come on. Don't you want to
Think of it as a miracle.
go skip, hop, and jump into the clouds? Your suffering can be over.
He will, like, drag himself over to it and look at it, and then turn back to you, Theo, with the beginnings of tears in his eyes.
I am sorry for how I spoke to you, and I am truly sorry about what happened to your sister.
Leave.
He will do that.
They will blow out her candle.
And then all of the smoke will just, like, swirl itself up into almost an orb above your heads, and then dissipate in all directions, mostly out the windows, and the door to there will seal shut.
Well, this is fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, totally fine. I mean, I can see why we shouldn't contact the dead. Yeah. Lauren, you've got some announcements?
Yes, I do.
So we have a couple of things coming up. First and foremost, our next episode of The Cover Story will be available in 2 weeks from now on February 27th. But then on March 5th, our patrons will get a double header over on our feed because we have an all-new episode of Dockers' Highlights blooper reel and an NPC bonus episode for our beloved four-wing friend Catchrail. It's awesome. It's a very sweet, good time. And I can't wait for you all to hear it.
Yeah. So reminders, if you would like to support our show, leaving us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your listening platform of choice would really help us out. And tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best way for our show to get noticed. You can follow us on social media, on Twitter at Monster Playbook, also on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Blue Sky Social at Monsters Playbook. Join our Discord. It's fun. It's cool. We host listening parties. We talk about our pets. It's adorable. If you're able to support us monetarily, subscribe to our Patreon. We also have a merch store with lots of cool merch, like desk mats, sweatshirts, and we also have a Ko-fi page. Links to all of these things and more can be found in our Direct Me profile in this episode's show notes.
This week's promo is for 5 GMs in a Trench Coat, an actual play podcast where 5 friends take turns weaving stories through the tabletop system of their choice each season. So far, they've played Fate Core and the Marvel Multiverse RPG. Let's take a listen.
Hello everyone and welcome to 5 Gyms in a Trench Coat.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
What's that?
You want to know what 5 Gyms in a Trench Coat is? Let us tell you.
It's the adhesive that keeps the fragile pieces of my sanity together.
Well, okay, Jesse, what it actually is a narrative-driven TTRPG actual play where 5 friends take turns weaving stories through the tabletop game of their choice.
Of their choice?
Each season?
Each season.
That's pretty cool.
I disagree.
Oh.
I feel it's the adhesive.
So, like, you guys aren't all in a trench coat?
No, we're definitely in a trench coat.
How does that work?
Get her.
Before I'm caught, you can check out 5 Games in a Trench Coat just about anywhere you get your podcasts, or you can check out our website at 5gamesinaTrenchcoat.com. Oh my god, they really are all in a trench coat.
You can find out more about 5 GMs in a Trench Coat on their website at 5gamesinaTrenchcoat.com.
Well, with that, I think we need to go back to talking about our feelings or something, Miah.
I don't want to talk about feelings. Can we just avoid
That's
them?
clear.
Why?
Okay, bye.
Is my sweatshirt still okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Theo's gonna step gingerly into the circle and pick up her sweatshirt, her sister's sweatshirt.
Catrell's going to go. So what did happen to your sister?
I think Kira shoots her a look and goes, "Not now, Catrell."
Theo could disappear.
I think Anna kind of is like cleaning up all of the spell stuff. She just kind of looks at Theo and is like, "I'm sorry, I didn't have better news for you."
It's okay. You tried.
Mark puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry.
Sorry, that's not the answer. The answers you were probably looking for, but they are answers.
I mean, on the bright side, we did save all those people. Had it not been for us looking for your sister.
I need more answers. And Theo puts on her sweatshirt. I need to talk to my family.
If we want to do that, this is Anna, we might need to be just a little cautious because I did have a vision of us fighting some of your family. A deacon I saw for sure. Not sure when or what the circumstances were, but Deacon did something to make Kira shoot me. Something you weren't able to cast any magic, Theo. We can still go talk to them. We should be extra cautious. Or not. Maybe let's just go punch some faces. You know, I'm up for whatever. Whatever you want.
Oh, there's so many things I want to say or do. I guess for one, Anna, roll manipulate someone.
10.
I'll allow you to come, but you have to let me talk to them first.
Yeah, of course. We can play it however you want. We'll back you up.
First, I want to talk to him. Theo looks towards one of the windows to the night sky.
Right now? Do you need privacy? Should we stay here?
Oh, I think maybe, hopefully, Theo's eyes go gray and she reaches out to the Star King.
I need to use magic, and then I need to manipulate someone.
Okay, so use magic is a 13, and it's an advanced move. And then you manipulate someone.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12, as well as an advanced move.
I think you look out the windows, and as they're garden level, you can see, like, just the shiny parts of some fancy metallic boots. You're going to have to go out there.
I'm going to get some air. She's going to go.
As you head towards the stairs, you run almost entirely into Donovan, who has placed himself in your path.
Not now.
For what it's worth, I didn't know why it was forbidden either.
Is that supposed to make me feel better? You threatened me.
It's supposed to contextualize my mistrust of your family.
Donovan.
I'll nod and step aside.
They'll go upstairs.
I do want to say that Kira, when Theo goes outside, Kira might just kind of like try to surreptitiously maybe just sit out near a window just so she can watch, just in case Theo needs anything.
Why don't you roll protect someone?
I think Mark starts cleaning up everything.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Catrell will also do her best clumsily, and I think Lowry will be helping her, like, so you can pick up one thing and then hold it and then also pick up something else. You don't have to take it immediately. Okay, so you go upstairs, you go outside, you go around to the side of the house where you saw him. And yeah, for the first time at something approaching human size, basically what you see is just the reflective parts of him, as though there's like whatever the lens filter is that makes everything appear to be like a starburst, like it's a 1970s music video. He still does stand like a full head and a half taller than you, and he's looking up and off into the sky. And when he turns to face you, all of the reflections off of his helmet, when they sort of coalesce into something bright, they like starburst out at you. You can see clasped behind his back, his gray hand appears dull and normal. His other hand is clad in a segmented metallic glove. His tie also appears to be made of chrome, and then his boots, as I mentioned, are like sort of halfway up the calf, really chunky, very the future of the past kind of boots. And he just looks at you and doesn't say anything.
Show me what happened.
When?
When she died. Can you bring her to me? Can you bring me to her?
She's gone.
No.
In a way, she's all around us.
No.
Your family wanted from her what they want from all of their people. Just what they were. Component parts, something to be built with. Mortar. Grist for their mill. It served them well. It's even served you.
Take it. If that's what this is, I don't want it. I don't want any of it. If it's hurting people, if they're hurting people, I don't want anything part of it.
You have higher standards, Grey Centaur, and a higher calling.
But I'm using Magicka, the thing that is killing those souls that are stuck here. How am I any better?
Well, now that you know, what will you do?
I can't kill them. They're my family.
They would kill you if they thought the magic in your bones would serve them better than the muscles around them.
I think Theo, wants to say no, but can't.
You have found yourself in an impossible situation. The most interesting kind there is.
I wouldn't call it interesting.
Well, at least it's not obvious.
I'm going to confront them. My family. My dad. Is there something that I should be aware of?
He'd sort of looked away from you, but he'll slowly turn back.
Are you asking me for advice?
I'm telling you, you don't want to lose your last prince, do you? If you want me to carry this gray hand...
I'm gonna let your good-ass rolls from before ride.
Well, they'll be expecting you, obviously. Yours was the empty seat, Theo.
Is that a seat of judgment, or...?
That would have depended on you. You were to be... Well, they've always been expecting you. They saw you coming before you were even born. You are their moon. The one who does not speak has a way of making others speak for her. And act on her behalf. The one with the eye patch has a way of making you unable to speak. He can silence more than people, too. He can silence magical things.
So prevent me from using my magic?
He'll nod.
Well, how do I stop that?
The power is in his hands. I think your mother liked your boyfriend.
She did.
Can't say I'm a fan of his choice in fashion.
That's what's bothering you. I'd imagine it was the other thing.
That's what he means.
What about my father?
You should know him better than me. You bleed his blood.
I'm not him.
Aren't you? Remember how he sees you.
Just a component?
He values you for what you are. Then I think he'll walk up and put his gray hand under your chin. But I see what you can do. Become extraordinary, my gray centaur. I have such expectations for you. Your story will be an epic one. And then all of the lights that sort of coalesce into starbursts suddenly become all that there is of him, and they all just float away. Mark, you and Catrell and Lowry have basically assembled all the stuff that wasn't in your house before and now is into a pretty well organized pile, and you're looking at it it feels like we cleaned it up, but it still also feels like a mess.
I'll get a box.
And I think the Catrell will go, "Write a box!"
I think Mark goes over to the one closet that's the only thing that he has down here is a closet with a few things that he moved in with, and there's a box in there.
I think a deconstructed box, so you do the thing where you fold it and hook the bottom parts
It takes
in.
me a couple tries because I haven't put a box together before.
Catrell offers to help, but you just hold up a finger.
I got
Nope.
this. I got
There
this.
is no way that your involvement will make this go better.
And then Mark goes, actually, on second thought, here you go. And then Mark crosses his arms.
I think in the time that it takes for the camera to basically cut from you back to her, the box is completely assembled and closed, and you hear a voice from inside it go, "I think I messed up." You now have everything sort of boxed up. This is another thing that I don't think that we've properly talked about, but I've always, this whole time, Mark, envisioned that you have a kitchen island.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've envisioned myself having one of those too, strange enough.
Your kitchen is pretty big and nice. So you have all the stuff that you had for the ritual in this box, and it's all set to go on that kitchen island, and you guys are sitting between the sort of breakfast bar at the island and the sort of dining table. You're all sitting and talking about what to do next.
Is Theo coming back inside?
Yeah, she would have came inside.
Kira would come down from downstairs after Theo comes inside. What I'm wondering, Johnny, is on their way over, after leaving that facility that they were at, I feel like she would have pressed Donovan a little bit more about what did you find out about the Nessos? Would he have found much, and could he share that now?
You're imagining this you want to tell them what you told me?
Yes, exactly that. Exactly that. And so I'm kind of wondering if Kira's Donovan and I were taking care of something, and turns out we'd found out some information about your family that might be useful if we think that there might be problems.
What do you mean you found out information?
I think she just kind of gestures to Donovan time to share.
Theo turns a gray and graying eye towards Donovan.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
Yes.
I think he stares you down. You know that most Magio homes and compounds are impervious to magical scrying or teleportation within their borders. We had assumed, he says the word we with a bigness that he means divinity's shadow, that was due to a co-opting of druidic techniques, the stone. We had assumed or been led to believe that it was a sort of perversion of druidic techniques, the stone, from your home country, brought here and its powers along with it. But I know druidic magic. I know it in my bones, and that is not druid magic. Much of those stones isn't stone at all. It's shot through with meteorite metal. And I found in my research that generations ago, the first documented sightings of dead life were used and instigated by primitive followers of the Star King. Your people have refined it into something of a science. but they must have learned it from him. It's not a primal force, Theo. They wield their own dead like a weapon.
What about the people that you've said were at your house recently, Theo? Do we need to be concerned about them?
Yeah, they're something of the Midnight Council. They're strong people.
More than strong. They have silent power. They're the true leaders of the Magio, from the silence and the shadows.
What do you know about this Midnight Council?
More than they want us to, which is absolutely nothing.
What sort of threats are we working with? Do we know anything about these people that are in the council?
There's one that can prevent speech and magic. There's another that doesn't speak and uses people to speak for them and to act for them.
Anna speaks up. Oh, yeah, that makes sense now. My vision. You couldn't cast, and Kira, somebody said something and then she was shooting me, so they probably are still around.
How long have you known this? Theo's asking Donovan.
The existence of the Midnight Council has always been something of folklore. I think the way he's sort of talking to you about it, it's as though someone suddenly told him that, yes, there really is a shadow government. There really is a deep state. It's that kind of shit in magical circles. It's a conspiracy theory. He looks at Kira a little sheepishly. It was a conspiracy board.
I knew it.
And you've kept this for how long?
What are you asking? Really?
I don't know. Theo's a little, panicked and feels, backed into a corner. The information about Magica, the information about her family and, ancestors having had, worshipped the Star King and that we get it from him. It's all, extremely confusing. And she felt, I don't want to say empowered, but, confident after talking to him, the Star King. But then now it just she feels deflated again and just exhausted.
That's the answer to a different question from the one that I've asked.
It just, what it sounds like you're saying is that you have maybe some misplaced anger and you're directing it at Donovan.
Yeah. He's the easiest and nearest target.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
He will respond in kind, I think. So when you ask, how long have you known this? I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was meant to check in.
I think Kira will kind of just nudge him and be like, not the time for your attitude.
Plenty of time for hers, though.
If we were in danger, I would think that you would tell us.
Very well. You are in danger.
Theo.
What? What?
I don't know what the play is. That's what we're here to figure out. We're here to talk it through, to figure out what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Then we'll figure it out together, okay? That's what we do. Your family, what they're into, what they've been doing, it's fucked up. We get that. There's no judgment here from us. Not on you. You are not them. If you want to get some answers, if you want to confront them, whatever you need, we are here. What do you want?
At that question, you look out the window and one of the distant stars twinkles a little bit.
I have a really random question, Jonny. Does Kira know from maybe her dark past or just general magical knowledge with Divinity Shadow, are there any sort of spells that can prevent somebody from, basically preventing them from tuning in or scrying on somebody, preventing somebody from seeing what you're doing? Anna has something akin to that, but it's only targeted.
Anna had put that on Theo. Theo also created a bracelet to prevent people from scrying on her too.
And Donovan has the thing that he took.
Because what I'm wondering, and this is maybe a future reference type thing, Kira is actively wondering, is the Star King going to be a problem? And do we need to shield ourselves from his gaze? And she's wondering if there's even something that could even do that, or where she might look.
That's a future reference thing.
Okay.
That's big magic.
Anyways, the question still stands. What do you want to do?
I don't know what to do. What do you think we should do?
Do we know what their Midnight Council is planning to do? Why they wanted to meet with you? Maybe we start there. Maybe we figure out if they've got some sort of bad intentions. Put a stop to it. Confront your family about it.
Who would come with us? I think I need to contact Yano.
You can have whoever you want there by your side, Theo, and whoever you don't want. I think Kira kind of just doesn't look back, but she kind of side eyes a little bit because she's maybe she doesn't want Donovan there.
You hear a very slight exhale behind you.
Yeah. Whoever you want by your side, you'll have it. We'll get Yano here. If there's anybody else that you want, but I know anybody here would help. My people, they can help. They don't have to come with, but they could do something else. They could research.
I just am unsure with what I need help with. I'm just confused. I'm sorry.
Well, we need to get answers. What is the Star King even doing with this? Is he doing anything with this dead life if they're apparently worship him?
I mean, based on what Donovan said, they got this magicka or figured out how to make magicka from him.
So he's sort of their inspiration. What if we could stop however they're able to do that? What if we could make that not be a thing? Maybe that's where we start.
Make what not be a thing?
Them being able to convert dead life into magicka. I mean, and this is Anna. I mean, it's kind of burning up souls. And not just any souls, your family, Theo. If we can figure out a way to put a stop to that, I mean, at the very least, it's going to draw some attention. But it also kind of feels like maybe the right thing to do.
Well, how long has the family been doing this?
I guess generations.
But had Donovan said the first use was decades back.
If a lot of your family eat, sleep, and breathe this, there's a chance that some of them will go down with it.
I have an idea, Kira. I could try to ask some questions about this, figure out if there's something we could find out. Maybe there's somebody who would know more information or somewhere we should look. And I think she's going to kind of turn off the lights in Mark's house and kind of sit down in the room and start to do her divination.
So what exactly are you looking for? Just a way to stop this?
Right now, Kira is looking for just maybe where to even start looking. She's looking for a path forward. And so she's hoping that if she can use some divination, that might point us in the right direction. We don't know where to really look. We don't know who maybe would be the right person to talk to.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Observe first and figure out what our tools are.
What questions to even ask, I suppose.
Yeah, because we don't know anything right now.
We don't know what we don't know.
Would Theo be able to, while Kira's doing this, text Yano?
Yes. You could also sneak off and call him if you want to make me do the voice.
Sure, I could call him.
Okay, call him.
Can Theo get outside for some privacy? Or do you have a room, Mark, that I could use? I just want to call and talk to Yano.
I mean, you can go upstairs. Better reception up there anyway.
Okay, thank you.
You walk upstairs. You go into a room. You spin around to go to close the door. And Catrell is just there also.
Oh.
In the room or door frame?
Like fully following you. Just
hey.
Hi.
I'm actually going to take a phone call in private. Alone.
Well, I can help you take it. I can help you carry it.
No, I'm kind of gonna be you know how Mark has Skynet? I'm kind of just gonna do that, but alone. Is there something that you want?
You seemed like you needed help.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if you can help.
I don't know a lot of things, but I'm here for you too. Punches you on the shoulder and scurries away.
Thanks. Theo will close the door and she will call Yano.
Go for Yano.
Hey, it's Theo.
Ah, Sorella.
I could really use your help right now.
You have this quiet, troubled voice. You're needing a ride.
Maybe. I might be confronting my family, but I also don't know if that's the right thing to do. I'm also considering that aligning myself with the Star King wasn't the right thing to do. I'm just stuck between a hard place. You know my family, and you know how to fix broken sinks, and I don't know what the right choice is. All I want to do right now is crawl under the covers and just not come out. There's so much at stake.
You're speaking perhaps above Yano's pay grade, but I do know a thing or two about doing the right thing.
But what if it's not clear what the right thing is?
The right decision is simply a decision you can live with yourself for making. You say there is much at stake. Tell me the stakes.
Betraying my whole family? Betraying my friends if I choose the wrong side? Having a god, a king of their, angry at me? Helping a king of their for the wrong reasons? Losing my magic? Dying?
There was only one stake you mentioned. Properly. You are always at the risk of dying. This is not a life for the faint at heart. And you spent much of your life in the pursuit of losing your magic. As I recall, you have spent much of your life in pursuit of betraying your family.
I just hoped that it would be untrue. That they actually loved me.
And now we come to the heart of it.
How can I kill my family?
Must you? Can you not simply put them out of this business?
I guess I could take away their magic. Would you help? I know that's a big ask. Would you help?
You recall the first thing I told you about your family, Sorella.
No, I understand. I get it.
Roll manipulate someone.
12.
Then again, you too are a Nessos, and you too are to be feared. Tell Yano where to go and Yano will be there.
We're meeting up at Mark's.
It is late for a girl of a certain age to be at a young man's home.
Kira and Anna and Donovan and the others are here.
Okay. It is a party.
Can Mark knock on the door?
Just 1 second. Thank you.
I think you just hear the as you hear him huck on his jacket and clink of his keys, and then he'll hang up.
Theo will open the door.
Hey, who were you talking to?
I was talking to Yano, asking for his advice and if he could come and help.
Well, you asked me earlier, and I didn't really know. I did some more thinking on it. Why do you have to choose a side? Why are you kind of stuck with the feeling of making the right decision?
Because I don't want to make the wrong decision.
The wrong decision for them or the wrong decision for you?
The wrong decision for me. But I mean, it impacts them.
It will impact them, but you have to take care of yourself. And if your family is holding you hostage and that Star King is holding you hostage, neither of them are good for you. And there might be some aspects of it that are good, but that takes two. And you're not going to be able to find that if both of them are holding you hostage right now. So you have to take care of you. And I think the only way that you're going to get away from this right now is to disconnect from that and focus on what you need to do.
Oh, Mark.
Ba-bam!
Theo's speechless, as am I. And she'll just hug you. I think she's just gonna fall into your arms and squeeze. Thank you, Mark.
I love you, Theo. I'm here for you. We're all here for you.
I'm here for you also. Catrell in the hallway.
I'm glad you're gonna be by my side. I'm glad that you all are going to be.
I'm not going to be. I've always been.
You're right.
So let's go figure out what's going on. One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Can Kira do her divination? Cast the bones?
Yes.
So she's shut off the lights. Maybe has one of the candles relit, just so that there's actually some shadows in the room. 10. So I get to hold 2. All right. What the fuck do we want to know? I'm kind of thinking it's where can we find out more information, or who could help us maybe? What do you guys think?
I mean, that or how to cut off Magicka.
Who or where do we need to go to that could give us more information?
How shitty should I be? Here's what you see. The way the vision works, it looks like it grows into all these different points, like the constellation of a tree. All these points are connected and expand out, and you come to understand that you are looking at a family tree. One by one, sort of in order, from the very bottom to the very top, they all flash a dead color and then snuff out. All of them except for the one on the bottom. There is precisely one Nessos ghost.
We know who it is based on the tree?
You don't. You get one more question.
Kira will kind of just make a mental note of how this looked and try to interpret it so that she can share it with Theo.
I actually imagine that you go into this process with a big sheet of paper.
Yeah, kind of just...
And without looking, sketch it.
Drawing it.
I hate it. Might as well bring a Ouija board with you.
That's basically what this move is. If you were to look at Kira right now, it is as though her eyes are reflecting a light that there clearly is not in the room. Like when you look at a cat in the darkness. Question 2.
How can Magicka use be disrupted? I would want to know, how to either, disrupt or undo what they've done with Magicka.
I guess I'm going to be mean and generous in the answering of that question, because the way I want you to understand Magicka as a function, getting people to stop having access to Magicka would be a bit like getting people to stop spending money. They explain it to you as a force of nature because it functions like a force of nature. You have now figured out that it has an unnatural origin. That doesn't negate the fact of its function. So it can only be used up, spent. The way to disrupt their access to it would be to prevent them from making more.
Okay.
So that tree has a hint in it. That is your road for figuring out how to do what your goal should be, which I will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
The goal I want you to pursue is how do we stop them from making more?
How to make more Dead Life. Yeah.
Yes.
Dead Life / Magicka. Okay.
Or Dead Life Ergo Magicka.
Okay, then I think Kira kind of pulls out of the spell. She takes the drawing and looks at it. Theo, how familiar are you with your family tree?
It was practically slammed into our heads as a kid.
Perfect. Because there is a ghost in the Nessos family line. And they're who we need to talk to. Somebody hears about. She circles the position in the tree.
Can I look at this org chart?
Yes, and you recognize it instantly. The main thing that you notice is that it is all basically goes down into a single vertical line. That vertical line has 7 points on it.
Is it through the Bennetts?
That's the vibe you get.
Nessos the First is who we need to talk to.
There is precisely one Nessos ghost, and his name is Bennett the First.
Okay, so this Bennett, the original Bennett Nessos, do we know where he hangs out?
You know that there is a family cemetery.
Yeah, we don't contact the dead, but we have a cemetery. It's at Lakewood.
Okay, well maybe we need to head there. We should be careful though, because it sounds like that's where these visions happened.
Yeah. Do we have any way of camouflaging? I could maybe use some glamour, but...
Anna can conceal you from being scryed upon again.
Mark's turned himself into other people a bunch of times.
He has?
Yeah. Remember when you told me that you went into the place and you looked like her brother when she didn't have a brother or she wasn't really real?
Oh, that was me that did that.
Oh, well then you can turn into other people.
I can do something, yeah. It might take a little bit, but I can probably change a few of us. And Anna holds up the little device that she's got. I've got this. And then blooming silence.
Larry will spread out his wings just a little bit and say, we can take the skies. And since it's outside the family property, Donovan will say, and look at you, Mark, you have a shortcut in or out.
It's true.
So if we need to do some sort of, if we want to change our appearances, who all needs to have their appearances changed? Mark and Kira. It sounds like Theo can do maybe herself.
I was also kind of thinking just going in. I mean, maybe you guys can surprise them if they don't know that you're there.
Surprise your family?
Yeah.
Well, we would need to be close by.
I mean, Mark can get to me fast. 2 of you have wings.
I'm worried it's going to be a trap.
It's most definitely a trap.
So we're sending you in by yourself?
I'd like to face whoever is there. Not on my own, but on my terms.
Okay.
So, by yourself?
You'll be close by.
So what Theo's saying is she wants to go in to talk to this ghost, I guess, by herself, but the idea is that you could be close by to potentially teleport in, and we have people with wings.
Right.
The problem is
I don't know what to do.
There's people who can sap people with magic that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So we need to be very, very careful.
I don't know. What do you think I should do? What do you think?
Well, we can head to the cemetery. I think we should still put up disguises as an extra measure of safety. If they're on a lookout for us, let's cloak ourselves so that we can have another level of protection. We'll get in close. We'll scope things out. You can go in and you can talk to your ancestor.
All right.
I think Mark can easily get in there. I also am wondering if there's something. Anna's flipping furiously through her spell book. Is there any sort of spell that's like a kind of almost like a counter spell? Like if somebody's trying to this magic user who can
dispel things.
Yes, but she wants to be able to negate that. Like if somebody's trying to use that against her or somebody else, is there a spell that did that?
Roll investigate a mystery.
8.
So it's not technically a spell, but the page is titled, No, You Shut Up.
Okay.
And basically, the idea is that you create aromatic sachets.
Mm-hmm.
If you can properly collect the herbs in question, that will just happen, but the use of them will be a use magic roll. And the idea is if you are stricken with some kind of magical silencing, that you can inhale them to regain some or all of your verbal faculties.
Okay, Anna will point this out and say, okay, so I found this spell. What was it called again?
It's called No, You Shut Up.
I think she kind of laughs. She's like, no shit. I found this spell. It's called No, You Shut Up. I shit you not. I wonder if Ramsey made this. But the idea behind it is if somebody tries to silence your magic, you have the sachet, you can ingest the components, and it should restore you if that has happened. So that might be something, if we can get the stuff together for that, we could have that just as a precaution. I think we have all of this at the Clockwork Child. So we could make some of those. Make sure that you have one on you, Theo. Make sure anyone who's got magic stuff, really.
Yeah. By the way, if you see the person who like has a hood and an eye patch, his magic comes from his hands. So
chop chop.
Do with it what you think best.
Chop chop. Or just tie him up. I don't know.
I like chop chop better.
Okay, so we can do that. I'll work on making those. Let's make ourselves look like different people, maybe, before we go in. And then we can be on standby and maybe just have one other person with you, just in case.
There is a knock at the door.
I hope it's Yano.
I think Kira might kind of surreptitiously like do that thing where you like kind of sneak up to like the window and like peek at the curtain and be like, who's there?
It's Yano.
Kira opens the door. It's just Yano.
Some welcome.
Sorry, we're just a little on edge. Nice to see you.
Thank you for coming.
A bit of a downer of a party.
We're going to my family cemetery.
Ah, quite a downer of a party.
This confirms.
I'd like Mark to come in with me.
Right, that's a good idea.
I'll be there.
I kind of have the perfect disguise idea.
Anna like puts her hands on her chin. Oh, do tell.
Do we want to do it now or do we want to wait?
Let's make sure I can do all this magic sachet shit. Does Anna maybe have the stuff, the components that she would need to do this?
I was gonna say like Theo would help,
or Theo potentially, because Theo's got her components.
So you certainly don't have it on you, and for very good reason. The elements of this item, more than spell, it's the flowers of Shasta Daisy, sea holly thistles, and a drooping flower that they call Devil's Trumpet. And you will find out why you don't keep them on you when you find them.
Do we have them at the Clockwork Child?
Likely.
I think Anna might call Lincoln Ramsey.
On your, like, contactable? Or on a phone?
I just do it on her necklace.
It's definitely after hours.
Mm-hmm. So do it on her necklace. Hey, Lincoln Ramsey.
Hey, Anna Ashwood.
Is this Lincoln or Ramsey?
It's Lincoln.
Okay. Good evening. I have just a quick question. Do we by chance have flowers of Shasta Daisy, sea holly thistles, or Devil's Trumpets at the shop?
Yeah, in the sealed cabinet.
Do you have that reaction?
Oh, I see. Who's doing a silencing?
Well, hopefully no one, but there's somebody with an eye patch apparently who can make you not be able to cast spells. So we are just getting some precautions put together and thought I'd make a little sachet in case one of us found ourselves unable to cast.
And you found No, You Shut Up.
Yeah. Did you make that one?
Well, not want to toot my own horn, but toot.
I like the name. Very creative.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the part in there about use at your own risk?
Oh, that's the fine print. I usually just skip over that.
But seriously, good thinking, Ashwood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we got that. Swing on by.
Do you sleep at the shop?
No, I'm working late.
You said it was after hours. Which is it?
Yeah, and the shop's closed.
You sleep at the shop. I know you do.
I said it was after hours.
Okay, fine. We'll be there in a little bit. I think she whirls around. Lowry?
Yeah?
Give me a lift.
Roll manipulate someone.
That's a 13 advance move.
Okay. I think he stands up just a little bit taller and goes, yeah, I think I could do that.
Awesome. Okay. We're going to go get the stuff for the sachets. We'll be right back. once we get back, maybe let's do the glamour stuff, and then we can head out. Anything else you want me to grab while I'm at the shop, Theo?
If Theo can, only to Anna. Maybe some courage, but no.
On it. Anna's gonna go and be like, is there some sort of liquid luck or courage or something I could make for Theo? I did something kind of like that. I gave her a little confidence boost, but it was quite brief. She's thinking about that as they are traveling over to the Clockwork Child.
Is she muttering about it? Does she say it out loud at all?
She might, yeah.
I think Lowry might weigh in. You know, the thing about confidence, it wouldn't have to actually be magic.
Well, we've been trying to give her some pep talks.
No, but I mean, maybe we could find some magical luck and confidence and bring it back for Theo that she can...
Ah, yes. Is he just saying that, like...
He is suggesting the placebo effect.
The placebo, okay.
He is saying you should
yes.
just find some penny candies and bring them back and say, I know that you're scared. Here is something that will take your fear away, or here is something that can literally turn the tide and give you a little bit of luck.
Well, there's a thought.
So you're going to land at the Clockwork Child. You're going to arrive where you will see behind the telltale denim vest of Lincoln Ramsey assembling some things. And he will turn around and hand you 3 tightly sealed plastic bags, and that is when you will notice that he is wearing a gas mask.
Oh, God.
He will hand them to you.
Oh, no.
And he will say, do not mix them here.
Why?
And remember the fine print.
Anna might quick just palm open to that page. What does the fine print say?
Well, there's plenty of fine print here. The bottom, it says, use at your own risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and dry heaving. And there's little notes by each of the things. And Shasta Daisy, there's like a couple of things written and then crossed out and then finally circled. Cat piss.
Oh.
Sea holly thistles. It's sort of like dog, no cat, no dog, no cat, no dog/cat poop.
Oh my God.
And Devil's Trumpet, just with a bullet, smells like rancid peanut butter.
Yummy. And it's just like, is it contained like in like a little satchel right now or something?
Each of the ingredients is contained. They haven't been mixed.
Yeah, they haven't been mixed, right? Okay, thanks. Just quick asking, do we have anything that's like some sort of like liquid luck or liquid courage type thing we could make? Is that a thing?
You've got some bullet rye in the back.
You know what? Do we have like a little, like, just like a little vial of something? Yeah. And then Anna's just like, never mind. I know where it is. Yeah, no, I think she's going to like mix together some like placebo type concoction of just a few things that are very innocuous. She might put a little bit of the bullet rye in there because I think she likes the idea that it's probably would make like a little bit of warmth.
Because it pleases me to do so, I want to just cut back to Mark's house for precisely one scene. And I want like Yano to be sort of futzing with a sort of loose board on Mark's dining room table. It's a nice home. I could fix table for you. You have wood glue?
Wood glue? I mean, maybe in the garage?
Only kidding. He reaches into the back of his jacket, pulls out a thing of wood glue, and just starts fixing your table.
Thanks.
A very good find. Garage sale.
Yeah, we have quite a few garage sales around here.
And you have quite an eye, Mark Clayton.
Thank you.
For furniture and for partners.
Thank you.
And he's sort of like fixing it up and holding it shut and not really looking at you and goes, if you hurt her, I will break your thumbs.
And I think Mark looks back, if I hurt her, I will break my own thumbs.
You are strange, Mark Clayton, but I think I like you.
I like you too.
You have a terrible time of lying. I like this.
I'm not lying. You're a friend of...
I know. And if you were, I would know immediately because you're terrible at it.
Oh.
Wipe. It's good.
No, it's great. Thank you for fixing the table. How do you know all these things? Like how to fix the tables and do all this stuff?
From doing them many years.
Like you just work on tables, or what?
All sorts of things. Many things I can fix. Are there things you would like to learn to fix, Mark Clayton?
I mean, it seems like a pretty handy skill.
Yano's the dad he never had.
Yano's the dad that we all didn't have.
Yeah.
Oh, I do need to plug this in here.
Yeah.
Then. Many things I learned from my father.
Where's your father at?
He's dead.
Wait. Do I already know that previously?
Well,
No, I'm going to say he is still in the old country in Sicily.
In Sicily?
Yes, 2 meters below the town he grew up in.
I see. Sicily's pretty far from here, isn't it?
Yano takes a long journey to do a simple thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm always interested in small projects and things and acquiring new furniture, as you can plainly tell I need to do more of. So yeah, I'd be interested. You're free to come by any time, and I'll definitely reach out if I have any questions, I guess.
I find, he walks sort of into your living room, it is often simpler in some ways and more difficult in others, but when looking to find the proper furniture for a given space in a home, if you create it for yourself, for your home, it's that much more perfect. You are not pushing square peg into triangle hole.
Like build my own furniture from scratch?
He claps you on the shoulder. He goes, "Wonderful idea, Mark Clayton."
I mean, I can't do that.
With all of the things you can do, build a table is beyond you. You simply never have.
Where would I start?
You will start with surviving this night, Mark Clayton. Step 2, you will start with Yano. Anna.
I think Mark is just kind of like,
All right, so yeah, Anna finishes mixing this little concoction that is this liquid luck, whatever, and she will kind of cork it.
What did you put in it other than booze?
Yeah, she would have to put something else in it. I think there's maybe some sort of like cinnamon that she puts in there.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of like even like apple juice. So it kind of is just
so
like
you're making
cider
Fireball and cider.
Kinda. Well, because she wants it to be like, oh yeah, like it gives you this warmth that just radiates out. It's alcohol. She might have like a little bit of some other like just herbs that she knows are like meant for like clarity of thought or like kind of dispelling dark thoughts and energies. So I don't know what other herbs that would be, but she would know. And put some of those in there, kind of maybe heat it up so that it's warmer, and then just put it together and be like, it's probably not going to do anything, but maybe she'll think it will.
And then you spin around and with his arms crossed between you and the way back to the store proper, it's Lincoln.
Yes.
He holds out his hand expectantly.
What? Rolls her eyes, puts it in his hand.
And he looks at him. I would never sell a luck potion without a turquoise stopper. And pops in like a cork topped with a disc of turquoise and hands him back to you. This is my reputation on the line.
Of course. And she like ties like a little ribbon around it just for added flair. There.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're going to go talk to a ghost. So hopefully, I'll be alive in the morning. Get back in time for work.
If you are going to die, it'd be better if you could get that to me before 8 a.m.
Get what back to you before 8 a.m.?
Just let me know if you're going to die.
Okay. I'll do my best to let you know.
Yeah, it might take me a few minutes to find a replacement.
A few minutes, huh?
Hey, you've been doing a lot of work.
She socks him in the shoulder. Yeah, I'd miss you too, asshole. See you in the morning.
Breathe in all the way on those, no matter how much you don't want to.
On the silent spell thingy. All right. Let's hope I got some good constitution.
We got foresight down. Anyway.
Wow. I don't know what to do with that compliment.
He knows, and he'll go back into the back, into the workshop.
All right. Are you ready to fly me back, Larry?
He will do. Your boss is kind of a dick.
Yeah, I know. And she like hooks her arm like around and is like, fly me back.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right. You fly back. You're all back. Tell me what the plan is.
Can I talk to Kira?
Okay.
Can I get you alone for a minute?
Yeah, for sure. I'll head upstairs to grab a room.
You can tell Donovan is watching you go upstairs, but you go upstairs.
What's up?
Question, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know if the Star King is watching us right now?
You don't think so, but you don't know.
Would I be able to do something to hide our conversation?
What do you have that could do that?
Magic? I mean, there's also a magical effect that is bar, place, or portal to a specific person or type of creature.
Yeah, roll that.
That's gonna be 16.
Nice.
Jesus.
What?
She gets a +1 because that's her specialty.
I do.
So she rolled double sixes.
The fuck?
Why do I know so much about your stats? What the fuck?
Okay. Kira, Theo brings you into this room, which I think you think is maybe to be an office, or it would be if it had any furniture of any kind in it.
It's got like one painting in there.
What I want this to look like, puts her hand on the door, and then all of the walls, the floor, the ceiling just turn totally black, except for like the almost sketched on outline of the door, the closet, the border between the floor and the wall. It's a black room, completely in darkness, but you can see each other.
Really alone.
We just wanted to make sure that nobody could overhear us or see us or know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Good thinking. What's up?
Well, as you can probably tell, there's a lot going on right now, and so much so that I feel like my head is about to explode.
I get that.
I can understand what to do with my family, how to handle that somewhat. But from the start, you didn't like the Star King. And the information that Donovan revealed about my family using, I guess, magic that they got from him or were followers of him, I'm unsure of what to make of him now.
Well, I guess what's important is, what does he really want from you? What does he expect from you? What is he asking you to do?
I mean, he hasn't really asked me to do anything. I mean, he told me that he can see what I can do and that I should do something extraordinary. That he gave me advice.
These kinds of entities, they can be helpful to a point, but it really comes down to, do they actually care anything about you? Do they value you not just because of what you can do for them, but because of who you are?
I mean, I really want to trust him.
You want to? Or are you hoping? What has you concerned that you can't trust him?
Because everybody else that I thought I could trust, I can't. Aside from you and Mark and Anna.
We don't know what his plans are, what his end game is. Until that becomes clear, it's sort of a question mark. But I would maybe just be wary for now. But can you honestly say that he cares about you as a person? Because if he doesn't, then he doesn't deserve you.
Thanks for checking me.
Yeah. Kira will pull you in for a hug. I'll always be here for you. Now, let's go fucking talk to your dead ancestor, I guess.
Yeah.
She squeezes you a little tighter. You've got us. And there's nothing we can't do. Not when we're working together, okay?
All right.
All right.
Theo will dispel this thing, and Kira and Theo will come down.
The room very quickly paints itself back to its normal color. When you come downstairs, Yano has pulled out the refrigerator and is pointing out some things on the back and like sort of explaining to Mark how it like works. If this gets hot, it's okay. This is supposed to become hot. This is where heat is pulled from.
Donovan has somehow conjured a book and is just like,
And does the light stay on when you shut the door?
Oh, Mark.
He will like reach into the part where the door makes contact with the thing and just like push in the button and the light goes off and he lets it out and then it turns on.
I think Mark takes out his little notepad that he uses at the Daily Tuba and like scratches out a couple areas and like, this is my learning section now.
I'm about to make this hurt. Did your father teach you none of this?
Well, not exactly. I lived with my mom for a long time, and well, we didn't do many projects like this.
She had a complicated job.
She had a complicated job.
She does in certain situations.
I did not mean to.
Oh, you're fine. You didn't know.
I am sorry for your loss. Unless he left your mother, in which case you are glad to be rid of him.
It's a long story, but it's okay now.
He'll put a hand on your shoulder and say, all stories worth telling are long. The only thing that's important now is that I know what your approach to the graveyard is?
So, first and foremost, I think is the idea not to mix the flowers until like we're ready to use them, or just like we should have them prepared.
He just didn't want you to mix them there.
Oh, okay. Well, then Anna would spend some time to make them and have those prepared. So she would do that so that they are ready to go, and she would distribute them. I think she would have enough for everybody who would need one. So Theo for sure, Anna would have one. Anybody who really has any magical abilities, so Mark and Kira also.
And what does this thing do?
Well, I just want to describe what sort of is going to happen while you are mixing them. Your kitchen, Mark Clayton, suddenly smells like 3 separate kinds of disgusting. Like cat pee and like shit and like rotten food.
Did someone like get into Lariat's bag of what is that smell?
I'm sorry.
Did someone kill, then eat, then puke shit?
Anna's like plugging her nose, is like eyes are watering, and she's like, I'm sorry.
So you make these. I think you put each of them back into sealed baggies. Mark,
take the science experiment outside, please.
I'll take it. I'll take it outside.
I need a moment. Mark sticks his head through a portal to there. Just coughing on the other side.
You stick your head through. You're like, oh. There's like a very tall, thin person in armor and a helmet that covers their face, and they see you and they go, "Oh, hello."
Hi. Who are you?
Oh, I'm the tall one.
Okay. And then he closes the door.
So anyways, Anna makes those sachets.
These things, Mark, are because you were going up against someone who can sort of Final Fantasy style cast silence on you. If that happens, shove one of these things into your face and inhale it deeply, and it will bring you back some or all of your magical and verbal faculties.
So Anna would make those and then distribute them amongst people and be like, I'm sorry in advance, they smell horrible. I really hope we don't have to use them. And I think would make herself look like somebody else with her blooming silence item that she still has.
What kind of someone else?
I think she would make her eyes completely blue, as in like the blue that they seem to appear to be turning. And she might make herself blonde with maybe like shoulder length hair, probably like mid-30s, pretty average looking lady, inconspicuous.
Okay. And
then I think Kira would make her and Mark probably look differently.
Well, Theo was going to do Mark and her.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then Kira will take care of herself. And is anybody else from the group, would we want to change how they look?
Yano.
Kira looks at Yano and she's like, may I? Just looks at her hands and is like, we're going to try to appear differently, and I can make people appear differently.
He'll just shoot Theo a look.
Yeah, you'll be safer that way.
All right. He nods and holds out both of his hands to you, both of your hands.
Yeah, and then I think she will sort of use, I think it's akin to her life draining ability, but instead of draining life force, she's kind of like altering it slightly, if that makes sense, and is making him just appear slightly differently.
Like she's just turning him into like the player 2 version of himself.
So I think maybe he like is like 10 years younger. I think maybe his facial hair is a bit different. Maybe he doesn't have, because he just had like a mustache, right?
Yes, he did.
Maybe it's more like a full beard, changing up his hairstyle, and like maybe like thinning out like some of his features a little bit.
Okay.
So it's not like a full change. It's kind of minor, but enough that he wouldn't be recognized.
Okay. Roll use magic.
Okay. That is 11.
I think what I want to happen is that like the hair on the sides and back.
Yeah, does he have like receding hair? It fills in or something?
I think he has a little bit of receding hair that fills in for sure. He has just the mustache that becomes a full extending down beard. The hair on the sides and backs sucks itself in. And then as his face tapers, his long sleeved flannel shirt, the sleeves recede and become a tight white t-shirt. And his arms are like covered in a sleeve of tattoos. And he looks like a Brooklyn hipster.
Poor kid. I was just saying, Kira would also alter herself too. Do I need to do a separate roll for Kira?
Yes, because Anna was just using blooming silence. So you have to, yeah.
Okay. Kira's is less good. She rolled a 7. Oh, actually an 8 because I get +1 with Mystic, I think. She will take 1 harm as the glitch.
You try to make yourself look older, and then you wind up actually like feeling older, and like your joints ache.
Mm-hmm.
Theo, you had a plan for you and Mark.
Yeah, I guess I'm going maybe the same route as Kira. I was gonna make Mark and Theo like an elderly couple appear as an elderly couple with her glamour.
Roll glamour.
I rolled an 8.
It won't stand up to scrutiny, but Mark, you are looking at your lovely bride of 45 years.
What does Mark look like at that age?
I think you already kind of had wispy hair. I think it's a lot wispier. I think you got jowls. I think you're one of those skinny old guys. Cardigan, for sure. There's no way you're not wearing a cardigan.
I have a slightly less black sweatshirt.
Yes. It's like a heather gray with black stripes cardigan.
Anna looks between Mark and then Lowry. Now, is he the older brother or are you the older brother?
Now. I think Ketrel is like jumping up and down, but Donovan and or Lowry will go in from the skies. Mm-hmm. And Ketrel will go, "Aw."
She wanted to get made up?
Yes.
Can I do something for Ketrel?
Sure. What do you want to do for Ketrel?
What color is her hair?
It's dyed black, but the roots are definitely growing out at this point. Well, like dirty blonde.
Could I potentially give Ketrel like a rainbow of freckles and like deep like red hair?
You mean like one of your sisters?
More like the like maroon, like dark, like dyed hair.
I mean, that's how she's gonna take it.
That's not what I mean. 9.
It's not ginger red. It's like
it's like
red.
Clearly dyed red.
Pick a glitch.
So glamour is one of my hex moves.
Ah.
So for a mixed success, it's like more simple.
For mixed success, it is the doesn't hold up scrutiny.
Well, so on a 7 to 9, it says more simple glamour.
So you do that. She has this sort of rainbow of freckles and this deep maroon hair, but it's like an Instagram filter. Sometimes when she moves, the freckles don't catch up. And sometimes the hair bleeds in or out of the borders.
I tried.
All right, so they'll come in from the skies. And Ketrel's going to just look at you, Theo, and go, "Thank you."
You're welcome. I'm sorry it's not perfect.
And then she'll look at Mark and put both thumbs up.
And I think Mark is like, he lifts up his shoulder and he hears a loud crack. And he's like,
We're not physically old. It's just an appearance.
And then she spins around to go run after Donovan and Lowry. And then after a second, her hair and freckles spin around and follow her.
Oh my God. I regret saying anything.
So then I want to cut to an elderly couple in the very wee hours of the morning as the sun is just beginning to rise, walks towards a large and imposing metal gate, in the center of which is carved basically a wrought iron sort of mini sculpture of a centaur pulling back a spear to throw. And then the older woman in the couple looks to the older man in the couple and says, "Are we ready?" And the man adjusts his sunglasses and nods. Executive producer Jonny Grubb. This has been The Monsters Playbook, featuring
Detjen-Wander as Mark Clayton,
Lauren Johnson as Anna and Kira Ashwood,
Miah Detjen-Wander as Theo Nessos,
and Jonny Grubb as literally everybody else. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. The Monsters Playbook is produced and engineered by Miah Detjen-Wander and edited by Miah Detjen-Wander and Lauren Johnson. If you like this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. You can find the Monsters Playbook on the social network of your choice. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and now on Blue Sky. You can also hang out with us on Discord, and if you like what we're doing, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We'll see you next episode where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening. All right, you fly back. You're all back. Tell me what the plan is.
Can I talk to Kira?
I know what you're doing. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, talk to Kira.
Wow, don't sound so annoyed about it.
Fine, RP in this role-playing game. God.
God. Fuck.